to respond. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a lot. I appreciate the history lesson and all that understanding. Because I've always been fascinated by a lot of religions and the way that they all view the world. And yeah, it's very similar in the way that, I've always felt like each person comes to their own decision in the way that they accept faith. One of my friends who used to be Jewish, he embraced Christianity himself. And
Jews embrace Christianity?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone comes to their own sense of faith and the way they gain their relationship with God, multiple gods. However, they understand God themselves. And I personally, I found Islam myself, even though I was born into it, I never followed it very much. And then I came into it as a teenager, and then I found that a lot of it made sense to myself, and I understood, because of the way that, and my understanding is that, God himself is very close, even though he is, the creator of the heavens and the earth. He's removed, but at the same time, he's very close at the same time. And it's in this way that God has to be beyond, form, has to be beyond all forms of, measurable reality. It needs to be absolute, not just be the embodiment of a man or the embodiment of a physical reality. It needs to be beyond that altogether. And so it's in this reality, this idea that, God himself is just, from what I understood the most, what I came to accept is that God is willing to forgive us beyond any external circumstance, not just through the blood of Christ, or through any external party. We have to accept Jesus or whatever it is, or embrace a certain thing that someone says. God's through Islam, we think that our relationship with God is direct. It's established in the beginning that God, it is you who we seek help from, it is you that we worship. And that relationship is direct every time that God himself says that, when my servants ask you about me, oh Muhammad, tell them I am near. I'm near them. It's not just through you. It's this idea that God is always near us, to any common person. God's always there for us. Even if he feels removed, he's always there. Allah says that God encompasses them from behind. He's always there. He knows what goes into the earth, what comes out of it. In Islam we have sujood, the idea of prostrating into the earth in our prayer. And a lot of scholars made they're of the opinion that it's amazing that us as Muslims we whisper into the earth, and the one above the heavens hears us. You have this idea that God is always near, he's not removed at all. And he's always willing to, we don't have this idea that we are inherently sinful, but that the idea that the devil whispers into our ears, tries to push us towards evil, and in that we have,
I know that the difference between the inherent sinfulness or the passed down sinfulness from an ancestor. You don't have that. You are born sinless. You're born sinless, and then you are influenced by the society. Influenced by the devil. All this thing. But you do acknowledge that we are easily fall to sin than to good, right? Our nature too easy to do sin than to do good. Struggle to do good is a struggle. To do sin, just follow your nature.
The way it is.
We do acknowledge that.
The way I remember hearing about the creation of heaven and hell. God sends the angel Gabriel in Islam, sends Gabriel to look at heaven, at paradise. We see and Gabriel comes back to God and he says, I swear by your glory, no one of your servants will see this or hear about this, and except that they will enter into it. No one will know about this place, heaven, except that they'll enter into it because they'll hear about its beauty and all this reward. Of course they're going to enter into it. And then God, in that story, that he surrounds heaven with obstacles and hardships. It's not that easy to get into heaven. And then he creates hell. He sends Gabriel to go look at it and says, go see what I've prepared for its inhabitants. And then Gabriel goes and looks at it, and he's and he comes back to God and he says, I swear by your glory, no one will hear about this place and enter into it.
All right.
If people know about this, they're going to do anything in their power to stay away from it.
That is consistent with the Bible. The Bible says that God kicked them out from the garden of Eden. So they were kicked out, and then they were never to enter again. Because the Bible says that because there's a fruit of eternal life, the fruit of knowledge, and fruit of life. The fruit of life is there in the garden.
Sure.
So they say you were not allowed to eat the fruit of life anymore because they were sinful. They were kicked out, and then they have to walk their own way. Kicked out of the garden, and then later on, from then on, nobody can know the access into the garden.
Yeah, I mean,
so this one.
Yeah, it's like the idea of like the forbidden fruit, the forbidden tree. In the Quran, it said that like it said to Adam, don't even approach it. It's not just don't eat the fruit, don't approach the tree at all.
Okay.
And it's this idea that I'm not even sure in Islam like what the idea is that the tree was or what the fruit itself was. I know in Christianity, like,
have you tried to read the Bible? The Bible may complement with things that is not there in the Quran, because the Quran said there is a continuation of the previous revelation.
Yeah,
so maybe you can read the Bible, read the Torah. Maybe it can help you to fill in the gap.
Yeah, I've
things
always
that
had
you're missing.
I've always had that motivation to go back, but I just haven't come around to it myself.
Do you know there's a certain Muslim now in the world that they already embraced Jesus as their personal savior, but they still remain as Muslim? Do you know there are people like that?
What?
In the world right now, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of Muslims. They are Muslim. They know their background because you're born a Muslim. Yeah, Buddhism is a culture. Muslim is a culture because you cannot get away from Muslim culture. Even if you come to Christ, you still attached with their social grouping, your social people, right? You still have your own way of life that's different from the Western, from the Caucasian. You're different from the other people. So you have your culture. So there are people who get away or they come to know Jesus of the New Testament, but they know that there's no contradiction with Jesus with whatever the Quran has mentioned, because the Quran said that Allah preserved the previous revelation. So he read that the New Testament and discovered Jesus was a mysterious, or is a thing that he was longing for a long time. He was seeking truth seeker. These are truth seeker. They were seeking for truth, but seeking for so long, and then they are hungry to know God, to get in touch with God. But in the Islamic way, they couldn't attach that kind of intimacy with God. From the New Testament, they discovered, this is the way, because Jesus came, he's the only way, the truth, and the life. Through him, we can connect with Allah. So why not do that? So, and then from then, of course, they have the dreams about Jesus, and then from then on, they believe in Jesus, and then they read the Bible more. They discover wonderful life they have experienced. From then on, they begin to share it among the Muslim friends and relatives, and then from then on, more and more people getting to know Jesus, and then from then on, they still call themselves Muslim, because you cannot get away from a Muslim culture.
Yeah, they grow up with that. I understand that they discover this idea themselves, and they feel happy with it through it.
Right. I would encourage you, suggest whatever. I would encourage you to think about in line of that. I don't want you to get away from your culture, otherwise you cannot survive. So think about that. Reading the Bible, trying to find out what Jesus offered to you. Why the Trinitarian is a problem to most Muslims? Why Jesus cannot be God? Why Jesus cannot be fully God and fully man? What's the problem with Jesus claiming himself as God? He's actually a person living on earth. He need to eat, he need to go to toilet, he is tired, all these things. But yet he claimed that he will be the one who judge the world. In the end time, he will be the one who judge the world. In the Quran said that only Allah will judge the world. But in the New Testament, Jesus said he will judge the world. And the Quran mentioned that at the end time, that he is the one, Allah will come on earth and heaven in a cloud, and the angel will come with him to come to earth to judge the world. Jesus said he is the one who said that I come as a cloud with the angel coming down on it. New Testament was written earlier than Muhammad. New Testament was written when the Prophet Muhammad, peace be on the Prophet, he knew the New Testament because he said that the angel was revealed by Allah. So he knew the New Testament. So it's something that is very unique, that Jesus claimed himself is like Allah. So something like that. So he claimed himself as Allah. So that's why you need to read it, not just plainly deny, especially the Gospel of John, the Gospel of John. Because there are Muslims who deny the Gospel of John, he is propagated, corrupted. If you say corrupted or propagated, then we are denying the Quran. We don't do that. We don't say that. If you say that, that means Allah did not keep His word to preserve what previous revelation. So there's a contradiction to the Islamic faith itself.
I mean, yeah, the way I understand it is that, like, God promised to preserve the Quran itself in its entirety.
Right.
And
Not just the Quran though. In the context, it said the previous revelation though, like Injil, the Torah, the Injil. You read it again. You read again.
Maybe I need to find that.
You read it. Oh, here. This one. Here. He says it inside. So he said inside. He said that he keeps the previous revelation. Revelation not only the Quran. He said immediately about the Torah and the Injil, in the context in the Quran. So you read that and then you find out from you yourself. Just a reference given there, you go and find it from the Quran, and then you find out whether it is reliable. That would be wonderful. That would be interesting. And then if you discover,
no, absolutely.
If you discover that, I hope that you have a wonderful illumination for you, and then a total opening transformation for your life. That would be good. That my job is done. I want to share the good news to you. I experience. You know why? I've experienced the peace, joy, and meaning. This is awarded by God to me. I'm not earning for it. I'm not because I'm not doing good because I get this peace and joy. I'm not because I'm praying 5 times a day I have the peace. No. I don't have that 5 times a day prayer. Even I don't have those fasting or whatever. I still have the peace and joy and the happiness. This is given by God to me, not because of my works, but because of my faith in Jesus. My faith in Jesus, God awarded this thing to me. So I know Islam or Muslim claim they have peace, right? You have peace when you do performance or these things, and then you don't sin, and then you have peace. But the joy you need to consider. The joy is the excitement of joy, the vitality of faith, joy, and also the meaning of life that is awarded by God to me. Allah can give the same to you if you have trust in Jesus, and then keep your fervency. I like you to keep your fervency. That's why I talk to Muslims, right? I don't want you to miss out. I don't want you to follow those loose Christians, that when they become Christian, they will just do anything they want. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm saying. I admire, I find it very good for the Muslims to keep their faith, to discipline themselves, to practice their faith. That's good. I want you to keep on with that kind of genuine faith practices. But now, if you have Jesus in your heart, that is much more wonderful, much more beautiful. That you have a complete life of God in you. Huh?
I don't see where you're coming from, I see where you're coming from, You seem like a very happy man.
Yeah, sure. Because I want to share with you. I know that this actually is my natural life. I'm not just because I'm sharing this with you. And with my wife, with my children, they will know who I am. So I'm happy to share with people. So I want to share. Just want people to participate in this life.
I appreciate that authenticity.
Oh, right. Yeah, I also like Muslim. I like to make friends with Muslim because they said when I share this thing, they will always, even though they might not accept my message, they will say that keep on doing what you're doing. Wow, wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
My friends are not saying that. My other friends are not saying it. The Muslim friends, they are good people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because we share the same thing, religiosity.
Yeah, we share that faith.
Yeah.
And that joy in religion. Yeah.
Would you mind if you read and then you can contact me if you have if you desire anything to let me know if I can have further discussion, because we have a kind of common interest.
Absolutely.
You read and then you discover if there's anything, then we can continue to talk. I would be happy to talk even the Quran. We can read the Quran together, study the Quran together, and then what does it mean? What does it mean to you? And then we can also talk together about the Bible. I can give you a Bible and then we can talk together. Okay. So if you text me, let me know. I'll meet you here. And I hope I can learn more from you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Wonderful time talking to you. So I leave to you, praying for you that one day you have a wonderful discovery of a new life.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, man.
Okay.
I hope you keep enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah. Because you are a good Muslim. Okay, bye-bye. God bless you. Okay. Yeah, okay, bye-bye. All right.